and welcome back to my channel. My name is Paris and I am back here to talk to you about my last market, which was on September the 2nd. That market went very well, and I intended to come back here and talk to you about it, but I have been busy for the last few days. We had to do a quick trip. It wasn't really planned, but it was fun all the same. So I will show you a few things as well that I made during the road trip. I like to bring my yarn along because then I can sit and make a few things. I did make a few things also when sitting on the beach because I don't swim, but I do get in the water quite often. So I took the time to enjoy the weather and also to make a few things for the upcoming fall. I'm hoping to have another market during the fall season, or before Halloween, if that's possible. I will update you on that. So anyways, I'm here to talk to you about that market. I did not take any videos because it was pretty much the same setup as last market, which I spoke I already talked to you about it, which was on August the 26th. So if you want to watch that video, I'm going to put a link down below to that video of the market on the 26th. So the setup was pretty much the same. I tried to maintain the same arrangement for the items I bring to the market. I always bring these big things. You can see here the chick, the frog, and the dinosaur, and they haven't sold, as you can tell, because they are some of the pricey items that I keep as one of a kind, because like the chick, I made free flow a long time and it took me a long time. The froggy was a second thought following the somewhat a free flow of the leggy, small leggy froggies, but I made it with an extra chunky yarn, and I used the whole ball of yarn. And the dinosaur is a YouTube video I followed, and there is a pattern both of that one, the mini dinosaur, and another one called Timothy. I haven't made Timothy, but I intend to sometime make it when I have more time. So anyways, I will talk to you about what sold during this market, which again, like I said, was on September the 2nd. What sold, what did not sell, the one-of-a-kind items that I might have sold, and what people tend to gravitate towards, and my plans to make fall-themed items like ghosts, pumpkins, and hats. And I'd like to tell you about some of the things that I had to reduce prices for them to sell, as I had noticed they weren't selling. So I'll start with what sold. Just like I had said on the 26th after the market, the items that sold are basically the items that cost less than $20. So again, I sold a whole bunch of mini octopus. I sold a few keychains. I sold a few of the triceratops that I make following Louis. All these items I'm going to talk about, I will attach here or at the end of the video, and if you're interested, it's pretty much the same items that sold during the last market, and I do have that video like I mentioned, so go ahead and watch that video. The only thing I might add that sold this time was a small stingray that I made on free flow. I might make 2 more of those and probably write up some notes which I can make into a pattern, but I'm still too lazy to make patterns. Like, I'll show you something else I've made and I'm still thinking when I can sit and write it up. I enjoy making things free flow, that's why. So anyways, mini octopuses sold, mini stingray, a few of the keychains. People tend to gravitate, I said I would talk about what people tend to gravitate towards, is bees. Bees seem to be something that people like to see, and they they touch them, they talk about them. Some people did buy, but I only sold like 2 bees, and last time too I had only sold 2 bees. I feel like I don't have a big inventory of bees. I haven't made many bees, so I hope to make more of different sizes so I can see which one sells and I can update you. So the one thing that I sold that was one of a kind, I'm going to put the picture here or just somewhere during the video, is the penguin, which was a pattern I bought. I forget who the writer is, but I will put the link down below to the designer of Primp the Penguin. I made that pattern and it turned out gorgeous. He was so beautiful. I priced him really high because one, I spent so much time making the pattern, because he does have a hoodie that has dinosaur spikes, so that takes quite some time, and it's a lot of color changes as well. So he was one of a kind and he was beautiful. I'm gonna put a picture again. And he sold, I priced him quite high. I don't know if anybody else has sold Primp the Penguin, but I did sell him for, I believe, $70. I wanted to sell him, but at the same time I felt sad that I sold him because I really liked that penguin. However, I'm planning to make another one based on how much time it takes to make Primp the Penguin. Maybe I can make at most 2, because maybe in one day it gets boring, but I can make 1 per day, so I can make 2 maybe before the next market. I will wait to see what happens about that. The other thing did not sell. Like I had mentioned, the large items don't seem to sell. As you can see, I still have them. I also have some medium things that cost between $40, $50, $30. Those don't sell. I still have my 2 Stingrays that I was pricing for $35. I'm not gonna change the price, because the pricing I give to each item is based on the time I spend on it and my material cost, and sometimes I even underprice, just because sometimes I feel like something is too expensive. So I'm not going to be changing the prices of some things. I'm just gonna keep bringing them, and they'll find the right person, just like I found the right person for what's his name, for Primp the Penguin. So the other thing is the plans. I have to make fall themed items. I'm gonna be making a few ghosts, small ghosts that I can sell for maybe $15 or $20. I have already started that, and I made this one on free flow, and I did not write up any notes, and I gave him a hat. So I hope to write up this one and maybe follow my own pattern or find other patterns. But I like this one already. If I can make a mini one of it, it can be $10, and this one I can price it for $20. It's very easy to make. I start with 12 single crochets in a magic circle. People have told me that's a bit much of single crochets in a magic circle, but that's the way I do it. I just try and make it pretty loose so that it's easy to pull through. And then I increase in the next row, making 24, and then all the way down I make single crochets around, so 24, and it's 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 rows. On the 12th row I decrease a little bit, and I use the back loop only, because then these ruffles I make in the front loop. My lighting here tends to be a bit bright for white items, but that's my ghost, and I gave him a witch hat, and I love this yarn. It's I've had this yarn for years. It has some bling to it. It's a bit rough to work with because it's I don't know how to say about that part. So it's a little rough, but I just made it in half double crochets to make it work fast. I'm gonna try and get some purple yarn and make more of these ghosts using my own knots, or I might end up finding a pattern if I like another ghost better than this. But for now, this is what I have, and this is what I'm gonna use to make a smaller one and hopefully have them for the next market. The other things I made while we were away, which are fall themed, is this. I made a baby set. I shared a short video about them. It's a baby booties, and they are in that color pumpkin or whatever it is. It looks pretty much like a pumpkin, but I don't know what the color is. I just used regular weight number 4 yarn, worsted weight, and I just made it free flow. Again, I'm gonna try and write down some notes of how I made these booties, and hopefully I can make a quick pattern on it. But I don't promise to do that again, because I find myself not very patient to write patterns, but I'm trying to get better at that. I like doing free flow. So those booties, I made those, and I made matching hat or what do you call this one? It's a beret or whatever. Anyways, I made this tiny beret or beret based on whichever way you call it, I don't know, but this is it, and I gave it 3 leaves there just to break the monotony of the orange yarn, and it turned out beautiful. I measured this circumference, it's 16 inches, so it can fit, I believe, up to age 1. I could be wrong. I'll check again on the Yarn Craft and Yarn Council website to see the measurements, and also I think there is a lot of resources on measurements for hats on Pinterest, so I will confirm so that whatever label I put on, I will be sure to include what size of a child it fits. But I think it's a baby. It's definitely not a preemie, because although it looks small, it's not that small. It's not a preemie, but also it's not a big child, so it may be up to 9 months or a year at most. So that's that. And the booties, I don't anticipate that the booties can fit the same child, but I'll try. I'll see what happens. If not, I can just make a simple beanie for these booties so that they are a set. So that's that. I made this one at the beach, and I finished the whole, except I had to weave in the ends when I came back. And then in the same line, I started making this one while we were coming back, and this is an adult one, an adult with not a very big head, so maybe it fits my head. My head is not that big because, again, I don't have much hair. So this one fits me, and I believe it can fit an adult. I do have this, you can try from this head, and it's of a female head. So there you are, that's what it looks like. And I'm thinking I should make more of this, or maybe not. I'm not sure about this. I'll see how they, maybe I can bring 2 and see how they sell, and then I can decide if I can make more or not. So that's that. That's finished. I started another one of the same color, but I got bored and I didn't make it. So that's about it. Those are the things I'm working on. I'm also working on this Jack Skellington hat, which I'm already finished with the base. I just need to give it some black spots. Oh, you can see that in this lighting. So anyways, it's just a white basic beanie that I free flowed, and I'm going to give it some black round patches and zigzag of a mouth or whatever that is on Jack Skellington. My friend has been wanting this hat, so I hope it ends up fitting her, but for now I'm just making as a try to see what it turns out to be. These ones I like because they work pretty fast. I really don't write any notes on this because I make them on the go, and also I like to work on the floor. I don't follow any patterns for my basic beanies. So that's that, and I will be back to show you if I end up making more ghosts, and if I write any pattern I'll be sure to either tell you about it if I put it on Ribblr for testing, and if it's just basic notes I can definitely share down in the link below. For any of the items I talked about that sold, I will write in the description if it was my free flow, if it was my own pattern, and if it's a pattern that I followed another maker, I will be sure to put their link down below. And I hope to see you soon. I also remembered that I did not tell you about my leggy froggies. I had quite a few leggy froggies that I have been bringing to all markets. So I believe I had about 8 or more that I had been bringing, and they hadn't sold for the last 2 markets. So I decreased the price to $10, and I sold out of the leggy froggies. So I need to make more of those, probably make the small ones because they sold, and I don't want to spend more time than necessary for a $10 item. So those ones sold out. I don't mind the price because I had made them on free flow. I did not buy any pattern, so there is no extra cost except my yarn and my polyfill. So if you're interested, the leggy froggies, again, I don't follow any pattern. I make small ones. If you're interested, I can write up quick notes for you and you can follow the same notes, but other than that they are usually free flow. So that's about it. Also, mushrooms did not sell. They are usually my own free flow. Cows did not sell because they are priced high because of the color changes. I intend to bring the prices of the cows just a little bit low to see if they will sell. I sold 1 cow, which I reduced the price. Other things that I probably will make more of is turtles. They don't sell very well, but I did sell 2 of them this time. I had to reduce the price quite a bit. I had them priced for $50 because they spent quite some time, because I have to separate the head and the back and the bottom, and then make the limbs separately. So it takes quite a bit of sewing. So I had them priced for $50 like I said, but I reduced the prices to, I believe I sold one for $35 and one for $40, which is okay. And I sold 2 of them. So the other things I also noticed are not selling are the big jellyfish, the one that have longer tentacles than the octopus, and I have them priced high because, again, the tentacles do take some time to make, and they are a size. I made quite a few that were a large size, so I might have to reduce the prices of those as well. But I'm not keen on that. Again, I will have to bring them to a few markets for me to decide to do that, because I really need to get back the money I've spent buying yarn. As you can tell, I have so much yarn, so I'm still running. I haven't still made any money back. Like, I have sold, and if I were to count the yarn that I used for the items I sold, I probably made a profit. But based on all the yarns that I've bought over time, I still think I'm under. I don't know how to say it, but I still think that I need to sell more items for me to make back at least some of the money I spent on yarn. I don't mind because I still have the yarn and I can make more items, and I can probably stay away from the store for this year, and unless I really need something, I am trying to do that. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and I know I ramble a lot. I'm learning, I will keep learning to see what I can do to make my videos shorter. But like I said, I love this. I love just going with the flow and talking about things, and just to maybe help someone else who is trying to do a market and who is interested in some of the things I make, and based on where you are, you might sell the same items. So thank you for watching. If you like this content, go ahead and like this video, share with a friend who is crocheting, and also subscribe to my channel. I'll be coming up with more content in the same line, crocheting and knitting. I do a little bit of knitting, as you can see. I don't know if you can see the hat Queen is wearing, but I did 3 hats, rose hat. Maybe I can show you this one that is close by. So I did a few of these hats. So this is the rose hat it smells like yarn. I love how they worked very fast, and I have never used double DPNs, double-ended needles anyways, but I had to use them to make this part, so I'm proud of myself. These ones, I've had them quite a bit for quite a long time, so maybe I'll make more for the winter season. I have 2 of these hats, maybe 3, I can't remember, but yeah. So I knit a little bit. I do have a few works in progress of knitting, but again, I'm not keen on that because I'm not too patient, and it takes quite a while to grow something when knitting. I like crochet because it works faster, and I actually prefer making small items that I get done with and move on to the next project. So there you are. I hope to see you soon. I'll be back to show you a few more items I may make for the fall season as we prepare for the market. That will probably be sometime end of September or beginning of October, hopefully. I do have a market in November. I'm not going to talk about that. I might make some Christmas items, but I'll be back again to share that information. So thank you for watching. Thank you for staying with me. Today is a bit hot, so I'm not going outside. I hope you're enjoying the weather, maybe staying indoors because of the heat, or whatever you're doing to enjoy. Have fun. Happy crocheting, happy knitting, happy making, and just go with the flow. Thank you. Bye.